Hello, so I'm stood at the statue of one Billy Bremner at Elland Road. Judged by many as the greatest Leeds United player of all time. And despite his diminutive stature, he certainly wasn't afraid to get stuck in. And he was part of that Leeds United team that were very famous for their hard approach. That's Billy Bremner's statue. It's a place where Leeds fans tend to meet. It's very much a focal point on match days. So I'll just show you around a little bit, around Elland Road, like I did with Anfield. As you can see, like Anfield, there are a number of tiles on the floor that the fans have paid for. And a lot of the pre-game activity is normally centred around finding your brick tile and the message and showing it off to friends, family. I think a lot of grounds do similar things now. The shop, the main shop there, got a bit of a sale on at the moment, so there are a few people milling in and out at the time of year. So this is very busy on match days. I've come on a non-match day just so you can hear me really, and I'm trying to speak up a little bit at the moment, generally due to being up the Great Orme yesterday in Llandudno and you couldn't hear what I was saying. So if people can hear me talking loudly, to be honest, I don't really care as long as you can hear me. Right, okay, this is quite a fun thing that they've done. I'll tell you a little bit about this pub as well. So this pub was always the Peacock, the old Peacock. One of many pubs where Leeds fans would congregate prior to a game. And as you can see, in homage to one of our players, long-serving player who's recently left the club and gone to Middlesbrough, well, maybe gone a little bit too far. Can you see that? They've renamed it the Luke Ale Inn. So, a bit of fun there. But and I think Luke Alien himself was quite honoured by that, and he said he wants to come and have a pint while that banner's still up there, so that's quite a nice touch, I think. Now the reason why it was called the Peacock was that there used to be a Peacock brewery on this land, hence why we were called the Peacocks as well until Don had his way. So I'm currently stood behind the South Stand, which is, if you've ever seen Leeds United footage on YouTube and you've seen the fans that are rather noisy and vociferous, they would be situated there. Where this concrete is, I don't know if you'd notice it, but there's yellow seats in that little section there, that corner section, and it's known as the Cheese Wedge. And to be honest with you, it was a place where you could get tickets at one time, but the vociferous fans have extended a little bit into the Cheese Wedge as well now, so it's just built the atmosphere a little bit more. And over the years there's been different parts of the ground where all the main singing's occurred and things, but with Elland Road, I mean, to be honest, there's times when the whole ground joins in and it's such a electric atmosphere, to be fair. I'll say that certainly about Leeds United. So there we are, so that's that. Now, in terms of refreshments, if you do ever come here, always bring drinks and things like that beforehand if you can. But there is a really good chippy called Gravely's that for many years was called United Fisheries. Now Gravely's do have something in Whitby as well. I think it's called The Fisherman's Wife on Khyber Pass. I think they own that. Not sure though, not 100%, but I think they do. It's decent, to be fair. I've had many those who know my body shape will testify. I've had many a fish and chip portion, and they're decent. There's a big Subway. There's a nice little shop on the corner where you can buy drinks and things. Now I bought 4 plastic bottles of Coca-Cola for me and my pals, and it was 12 quid. So that was at the ground, not at the shop, I hasten to add. That was at one of the stalls, actually on the ground property, on the land. So I won't be doing that again, absolutely not. So just giving you a little bit of a layout really. So if you're coming from the northwest, where that traffic's heading now, that would be the road in really. So there's Gravely's. There's Marcello Bielsa holding court. A few Leeds badges over the years. What's your favourite? I think mine, I don't know really, probably the second to last one on the right. Reminds me of growing up. The away strip, is it? I don't know. Oh gosh, I'll get lambasted if I get anything wrong. Apologies. But no, I really like that badge. So there we are. The times have changed. I mean, you know, if you're a away supporter now, you can come and stand in line with everybody else. There's no argy-bargy. Just come and get your fish and chips, have a bit of crack, have a chat, bit of banter. Job's a good one. It's a friendly ground to visit, despite what people say. Just crossing the road. There we are. I had to do the old Leeds salute there. So, right. So here we are, like on match days, obviously this is open. They open it quite early. You can come and collect your tickets. There's a ticket office there. This is a West stand. So when you're watching the games and you see the dugouts, that's the side of the pitch where this is. Now this is the players' entrance and the hospitality and things like that, just a little bit further. So when the coaches pull in and you see that happen, then obviously it's just down here. They're a bit like Wrexham's floodlights, actually. I never noticed that before. Wrexham's new floodlights. So yeah, there we are. So that's that. So if you were to walk to these gates and just straight away, all the way down, you'd eventually come to the Cop side of the ground, the north stand. And obviously the other side is the east stand, which is the family stand, which is the big tall stand. So I don't want to bore you too much and go on really. I just wanted to come and show you Elland Road and a couple of bits and pieces about it. You've got Billy's Bar there. They do discount drinks and things, I think, in there sometimes, and do some offers and stuff. I've seen stuff in the past, so it's quite a good place to go and meet up with pals and things. And then you've got like a timeline history of the club, really, starting 1919. Quite good. John Charles, famous Welshman. One of the stands is named after John. Actually joined Juventus for a British record fee. So 1961 to 1980, and he got good for Leeds fans. It's Billy there. But yeah, Don Revie was a player before he became manager. And he does say there, the club is also denied a European Cup in 1975 after a number of controversial decisions go against them. Well, you may have heard Leeds United fans singing "We Are the Champions, Champions of Europe" and twirling their scarves around. And it goes on and on and on and on and on. Well, that's why they sing it, because they still believe, Leeds United fans, that they were the champions of Europe and they were robbed. Iconic photo. 1972, the only time that Leeds United have won the FA Cup. Alan Clark scored that header against Arsenal. Anyway, if you're a non-Leeds fan, or you are a Leeds fan, you've seen this many, many times. I won't over-elaborate, because you'll just say, why is he saying all this? I've seen this loads. But, you know, there are Leeds fans all over the world, and some may have not actually made it to Elland Road, so they might benefit from this. A bit like when I went to Anfield. I tried to show what was going on at Anfield as well. So this is generally, or it used to be, obviously it's a big fans car park, but there was a coach park as well, where the away fans congregate and get dropped off if you like, and then get helped down towards the ground by the police, guided, marched, maybe. So I hope I've been impartial. I think I have. I don't think I've been over familiar. It's just I do know a few things about the ground now. I am a little bit worried about that badge comment I made. I'm sure it was on the home shirts as well, so if anybody's going to lambast me for it, it was just a team badge, okay, but I like it. For some reason I can just picture Gordon McQueen, and I'm probably wrong with that as well before you start, but I'm getting on a bit now. My memory's not what it was, you know. So just be kind, spread the love, subscribe to the channel. So we'll have another little walk down, and then that'll conclude the video. I don't want to miss anything, really. So you know where we are now, you saw it before. It's very grandiose, the entrance there. I mean, that east stand it's a big one, but that used to be Lowfields Road, and when I was a young nipper, say 14 or so, whatever, that's where we used to go in there, in Lowfields. It was electric, the atmosphere in there. It used to be, years ago, the boys' pen. So that's where they have a lot of do's and things. Centenary Square, Centenary Club, Centenary Square. There's more sort of memorabilia, if you like, and facts and figures about Leeds United there. So I'll just walk round a little bit towards the cop and show you that in the perspective. And then you've seen the whole of Elland Road, really. Well, the bits I can show you. Marching on together. I'm sure there's a song with those 3 words in it that we may have heard a few times. Big on the murals now. There's a couple of things extra I want to show you as well before I leave today, but this video's probably as long as it should be. So that tunnel there is another entrance point, and a lot of Leeds fans park up that way and then walk in through that tunnel. There's a couple of decent people. There's a square ball fanzine available. They tend to sell it around about there. There's a real nice chap who sells badges and things, if you collect badges, that kind of thing. And they're decent people. So there we are. So that's the cop. Now I had a season ticket for the cop as well at one time. I think I was a kiss of death because it was the year we got relegated in the 80s. But there you go. But it used to be great in there when it was, you know, standy-uppy, if you like. It used to stand, but, you know, totally understand why it isn't anymore. It's a lot safer sitting down, but the atmosphere used to be incredible in there. So there we are. So there's good amount of land there. I don't know whether that's owned by the club or not, help me out, whether that could be anything. But I'm going to end this video here because I'm going to walk to some other points of interest and do shorter videos and show you those. So thank you for watching, please subscribe to the channel, and that's it really. Elland Road.